Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All2 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
That's me. Have a nice day, and Carter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have a nice day as well.
Hey.
Okay, and this has been All2 2. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
We're just going to say have a nice day and then leave. No. Yeah. Today on the show, as part of our All2-October series here, we are covering another horror-like movie. The 1986 film Chopping Mall. It's a R-rated horror film. The short synopsis here on the Internet Movie Database is a group of young shopping mall employees stay behind for a late-night party in one of the stores. When the mall goes on lockdown before they can get out, the robot security system malfunctions and goes on a killing spree. It's a pretty good synopsis. That's probably one of the better ones that IMDb's had lately.
Pretty much like... literally the implied, like,
yeah. And this film was directed by Jim Wynorski. He is known for Fire Down Below with Kevin Sorbo, or Fire From Below, not Down Below, The Lost Empire. He also, most recent thing he directed last year was Dino Gator. He also directed a movie last year called Murderbot, which is kind of interesting because it's pretty much a movie. Yeah, this is about a female robot that goes on a killing spree. He directed a movie called Nudie Cuties Gone Wild.
Yay.
Sexy Nurses, Attack of the 50-Foot Cam Girl. These are just the more recent ones. Back in the 80s, he directed, let's see here, Munchie Strikes Back.
No.
And Munchie, he directed Munchie as well. I did not know that until right now.
Oh God! I bet you if you look back on those episodes, you probably mentioned Chopping Mall. You know, like all the other things that he.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. Yep. Yeah, he's directed. You know, other things like Busty Cops 2.
My God, are these like all like softcore pornography films?
Some of them are, but he also directed, I mean, Munchie and Munchie 2 are kind of like kids sort of movies.
Yeah, they're not, yeah.
Yeah. He also directed Little Miss Millions with a really young Jennifer Love Hewitt and a Howard Hessman, which looks like a kids movie. So
yeah.
He also directed Return to the Swamp Thing. But yeah,
well, wasn't one of the movies we reviewed had a young Jennifer Love Hewitt in it? I don't think it was one of those, was it? I
think it was Munchie.
It was Munchie. Yeah. So like apparently he started her career.
Yeah, basically.
My gosh, this is.
I'm doing my normal. When I'm bored, I watch Criminal Minds, and I'm doing in my binge right now is the season that she was on. So.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, it's interesting. But anyways, so he directed this movie. He also co-wrote it with Steve Mitchell, who wrote looks like he wrote Chopping Mall. He wrote an episode of Transformers 80s TV series, Gem, G.I. Joe, and he wrote like Viper, the TV series, Against the Law movie, Gilla. Yeah.
Okay.
Those type of things. And this movie stars Kelli Maroney as Allison Parks, Toni O'Dell as Ferdy Mizell. Speaking of Howard Hessman, Toni O'Dell was one of the stars of Head of the Class, starring Howard Hessman. So interesting. It took me like until halfway through the movie to realize where I recognized him from. Because I used to be a really big fan of Head of the Class. You know, it's kind of hard to watch now with the Dan Schneider of it all, but yeah. I'll still watch it. Plus, I mean, the later seasons, Rain Pryor, who's a friend of mine on Facebook, she was in it, so that's cool. Who's the daughter of Richard Pryor. So Russell Todd played Rick Stanton. Carrie Emerson played Linda Stanton. Barbara Crampton played Susie Lynn. Nick Segal played Greg Williams. John Terlesky played Mike Brennan. Suzee Slater played Leslie Todd. We had Paul Bartel as Paul Bland and Mary Woronov as Mary Bland. We have a cameo appearance from horror legend Dick Miller as Walter Paisley, the janitor. And then there's other people in the movie too. So, initial thoughts on this movie after watching it. Had you seen it before this or not?
No, I have not seen it before. It's always been on my list to watch. But I never got around to it, but it was okay. I mean, I liked it because it wasn't like super violent. I don't really like gore that much. So it was super violent, but I mean, like, it wasn't a whole lot of like, it was like, I like movies like this where it's like a bottle episode where it takes place in the same
location.
Ball. Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. I liked the cinematography. I thought it was a pretty decent movie, directing wise. It was pretty cool.
I mean, it's very 80s, very low budget, very cheesy. This movie was released by Condor Pictures, which was owned by Roger Corman, who people will know as being like the low budget king of Hollywood. So who basically Roger Corman, a lot of major directors in Hollywood owe their start of their career to him, like Ron Howard and James Cameron and Joe Dante and a bunch of other people all worked under him for years for basically no pay, but then they learned how to make movies under him. So, you know, basically without him, we wouldn't have like Terminator or Avatar or Titanic or Gremlins and different movies that different people made. So, or, Ron Howard's oeuvre of films, So, and that's kind of like one of the things. It's like they kind of just wanted to make a horror movie in a mall.
I mean, it's pretty much.
Yeah. So, so what goes down in this movie to begin with?
So we kind of begin with this guy's doing like a presentation on these robots called Protector, and he's just like talking about how, they won't kill anyone. They just tase you and they'll call the police to the intruder, etc. And he got these two people, I don't know their names, but I know from their faces, this guy and a woman, they played the parents of the guy from the Suicidal Tendency song Institutionalized.
Did they? Yeah.
Pretty sure it's them, especially the woman, because she's got a very distinct.
The characters' names were Paul and Mary Bland because they were kind of bland people. Yeah, and they just basically took the actors' first names. Yeah, Paul Bartel, who played Paul Bland, he was in a lot of things. He was I think he was like a regular of different things, but he was like in The Usual Suspects and different things too. I wonder if he was in that. He was, but he worked with Roger Corman a lot. I'm wondering if he was Suicidal Tendencies thing.
Well, I know she was. I mean, I'm almost 100% sure that just because she's got a very like unique face, like especially the way she works and stuff as well. It's like no one else looks like her.
Institutionalized.
Yeah, that's the name of the song in the music video as well.
Yeah, she was in it definitely. I don't think he was, but she was definitely in it. So yeah, that's cool.
They're kind of like what's that?
I said that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she does other stuff or if that was just like if she's like a comedian or.
She's an American actress and writer and figurative painter.
Okay, well, that's cool. And so they're kind of just like making mock.
And she worked with Andy Warhol. This woman sounds awesome. Sorry.
I know, it's cool.
Yeah.
So she's like, they're like mocking this guy basically. I don't even know there watching this, like, you know what I mean? Like a presentation.
I just assumed they owned a store in the mall or something, you know.
Would be yeah, okay, that could have been it. And so basically the mall buys these robots. They're called protectors. There's 3 of them. And it's so 80s too, because like even though like the technology is like very futuristic, they're also using like terms and concepts from the 80s. Like, oh, there's a patch that goes into the thing, and it goes to robots that could then call the police from the patch. Like nowadays there'd be no need for that. You know what I mean? Like I love it. Like that's the thing I love too about stories that take place in the future, is because like on the one hand, like a lot of these stories do this. Like on the one hand, they're like envisioning like a future like that's like super more advanced, but they're also using like current reference points to make it make sense, but like that actually wouldn't be like how it would be in the future. You know what I mean? So like it's interesting. Like and so yeah, they buy these robots, like 3 of them. The thing I don't understand about this movie is, which the movie would not exist if this didn't happen, is why like does none of the people who work at this mall own a house or an apartment? Why do they have to have a party inside of a store in the mall? Like there's like 7 people or 8 people party. Like
see the younger people in it, I can kind of understand, but one of those group of people are a married couple that own their own store.
Own the business, yeah, exactly. And so it's like, why are you guys
having it in like the furniture store? Like, what the fuck? I mean, if you want to have a party, why didn't you just invite everybody over to your house or your apartment?
It doesn't make me. It had to happen for the movie to happen. That's the only reason why it happened. Because what other way to make the movie happen without everyone being there? And so the whole thing is like they're trying to. I guess like they know one of the guys is like related to the owner or something like that of the mall. Yeah. I don't know exactly.
I think he's just the owner of the furniture store, not the whole mall. But yeah.
Oh right. Yeah. And rich dude who maybe he's the owner of the mall, who's like there's this woman named Susan or Suzee, who's like, he's like the daughter of like some, I don't know if he's like the owner of the mall or just the owner of the store. I don't really know exactly, but her and her like meathead boyfriend who's constantly chewing gum the whole fucking movie. Oh my God. Like I hate the sound of chewing to begin with. So like when people chew gum, that drives me up the wall. But like if someone's doing it all fucking night long, it's just like, come on, dude. And like he even starts doing it and it's really nasty. Like I'm like, oh my God, I want to fucking murder.
Actually, I don't think that's Suzee that is his girlfriend. I think it's Leslie.
All right, Leslie. Yeah.
Suzee's one of the ones that lasts a little longer. So
sorry. Yeah. Leslie. Yeah, that's right. Because he was saying something like, we're going to go to, I'm taking her to Suzee's birthday party. Right. So yeah. Okay. So Leslie, and they're like the hot couple. Like they're like the like conventionally attractive, because he's kind of like a bulky, muscly, not like muscly guy, but like a
jock,
builty,
basically.
Jockey kind of, and she's kind of the hot blonde. Excuse me. That's their dynamic. And like, yeah, the married couple, they show up. There's like 2 nerdy. Well, like the one guy's a nerd. They're trying to set him up with this other girl, and she works at the pizza restaurant in the mall. And then
and then there's another couple too that are
that's right. And they all, oh my God, so they all have this dumb party, which doesn't even really look like it's that good of a party, to be honest. And
it's just an excuse for people to get drunk and have sex. I think that's pretty much what 80s movies did.
I know, but the way they were like acting like this was going to be like a rager, and like it's not really a rager at all. Like, how could it be? It's like a store, furniture store. There's not much room. It was a very small store. It didn't look like there's much stuff in there. And
I wasn't popular in high school. I don't know. Maybe people always had like, parties in the mall, and I didn't know about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I just wasn't invited.
I think I was invited to one party, but then I didn't go because I was nervous. So who knows? I maybe would have been popular if I had said yes, but oh well, no, but it was not a rager. They brought some beers, probably pretty much it. And our first death inside the mall is one of the guys who works security, or maybe he controls the robots. I'm not sure, something like that. He's
like watching the security cameras, and also I think he's in like basically charge of watching the robots. So, okay, my one thing about this whole robot thing, wouldn't it just be cheaper to hire people?
Yeah, I would say so, because
especially if you have a dude watching them anyways, it would be cheaper just to hire a couple more people to like just patrol the mall. I mean, I've seen Paul Blart Mall Cop, you don't really need that much.
You don't. So like, my thing too is, so like these robots somehow inexplicably have lasers for some reason in their eyes
that they never talked about during the presentation. They said that the only things they could do was like, stun people and tranquilize them, I guess, which I still think is kind of a little much.
It is. But where did they get the laser? Maybe from the lightning storm. Maybe it gave them lasers. I don't know. But like, so they got lasers because it's 80s. So of course they do. And next time that there's a lightning storm outside, I'm going to go outside and hopefully I'll get hit and then I'll have lasers. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool.
Or does it just work with robots? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like because like, it's called shopping mall because like shopping mall, it's supposed to be like a play on words. So I'm sitting there thinking this is going to be like a Slayer type movie, like a slasher. And it's really not a lot of that. I mean, like, yeah, they got like these choppy claws or whatever and it'll like cut someone, but it's not
really, literally no chopping in the movie. But I think it was just, yeah. So what I've read on the history of the title, because originally the movie was released as Killbots.
Okay.
By its distributor, after it performed poorly with test audiences, because basically what was happening at the time, like things like Transformers and stuff were like popular and people thought it was a kids movie.
Oh no.
It's called Killbots.
No, wait a minute, it's called Killbots.
Yeah. So I think they were confusing it like with like GoBots and stuff like that. So
even so, it still says kill. Right. Okay.
I remember my favorite Saturday morning cartoons all had like murder in their title. Like, I mean, what the fuck?
But they thought it was a kid's show,
I remember Strawberry Kill Cake, that was my favorite.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Oh my God.
The Kill Bears instead of the Care Bears. It was good times back then in the 80s.
I don't know, man.
So I guess, and basically it ran 19 minutes longer and they cut 19 minutes out of the movie and then re-released it and retitled it. From what I've read, like they were trying to come up with a better title and the janitor at Concord Pictures suggested Choppy Mall.
I mean, it's a good pun. It makes sense.
Title. It's just...
It's a very good time. I mean, think about it. If I'm scrolling through like Tubi or some shit like that, and if I saw a title that said Killbot versus Chopping Mall, I'm definitely going to go with more than Killbots. Like
Killbots is kind of generic. Yeah,
it's generic for a movie. So they did the right thing, but like, I mean, like they do like cut people and stuff, but it's not like they don't really show like this. Like the robots will kill you, but you can never like see, probably because they didn't really have the good graphics back then to make a robot look like a knife was stabbing someone or whatever. So there's always like from the back, like when they would kill someone, because they could then like apply fake blood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so never really got to see them actually like cut anyone. If anything, they killed the janitor with electricity. And another I died, I think, was he the first? No, it was the guy, and then like his partner, like his coworker, he came in, and then the robot must have hid the body, I guess, or something. I don't know. So
that's what I was trying to figure.
Never like explain that either. The robot.
The thing too is the first guy has to be killed because he's looking at porn that he had hidden inside of a like manual or something.
Right. So he for watching porn, and then like his coworker comes in, he makes some excuse about pigging out at the dinner for his lunch break or whatever because it was like all you could eat, so that therefore made it okay to like show up to work a half hour late. Okay, that's a weird excuse, but all right. And so then he gets killed, obviously, because he's not doing his job. The robots all look at each other too. They like
it's just like the first guy is being like, falling for like lust when it comes to like the pornography or something like that, and then the second guy is gluttonous with his like all you can eat thing. So we're following the basic rules of why people should die in horror films. So
yeah, we are going like the 7. And you got the other people who are slothful. Actually, not really. There really is no slothful in this.
I mean, you've got basically the the whole thing with in the 80s, if you have sex in a movie, you're going to die. So it's like,
okay, yeah. So the robots kill these two guys. The janitors, the third guy, I think they go after, and pretty much everyone in this mall is going to die. I mean, just spoiler alert, almost everyone. So the party, which is that's another weird thing. So the robots, they literally pass by the party. The lights are turned on. There's like 8 people in there. They're all dancing. The music's loud. The robot just zooms by, doesn't even notice this for some reason. But then later on, the robots are like scouring the entire mall, listening for like the faintest of sound whatsoever to pick them off one by one. But then when they're right across the fucking store and there's music blasting, I think at one point the robot even looked through the window, so it even saw with its eyes, and then didn't think it was a big deal. I'm
wondering if that's because the place wasn't completely locked down yet. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. That maybe they get more vicious once it's locked down. Because that's the other thing too. The most no fire department would allow you to lock down your mall completely like that.
Oh, they wouldn't. That's I know. That's just ridiculous.
I used to work 24 hours at a 24-hour. Not a 24-hour, but I used to work a third shift, I should say, at a Walmart that closed and that wasn't 24 hours. And for a while there, we locked the door so nobody could come in and get us. But then a law got passed in Ohio that we couldn't do that, so we actually had to have the doors unlocked while we were working in there late at night. Which could go one of two ways. It could be like if there was a fire in the place, it made it easier for us to get out. But also, also we did have a few instances where some people would just like pry open the doors and come in the middle of the night, which were kind of scary. So yeah. So yeah, that's where I don't know. The whole locking up the mall thing is just so dangerous. But so we've got this situation here. Yeah, they're having this party or whatever, and everybody's like having sex and everything. And then, we have a little scene here where at one point where the one guy just randomly tells the girl, "You smell like pepperoni," and then the best line in the whole movie is like, "I like pepperoni."
I know, it's like, okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But anyways, so Mike, Leslie wants some cigarettes after they're done having sex, and so she sends Mike to go purchase cigarettes from a vending machine, because back then you could buy cigarettes out of a vending machine.
It was so fucking weird, man. That's such a strange era of American history.
The 80s
literally. You could just buy technically they would supposed to have like a guy or someone like monitor, so a kid couldn't buy them, but come on, they're not gonna sit there the whole time, you know what I mean? So
growing up in the 80s, I never saw anybody monitoring a cigarette machine.
I only did a little bit at the Imperial Lanes bowling alley, but the guy eventually would leave for a little bit, and that's when someone would go and hurry up buy some cigarettes for the. I
mean, I literally remember seeing cigarette machines outside of carryouts.
Sometimes
it's nobody watching them. They were right next to the ice machine or something outside, and it'd just be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
It's the whole thing, but she wanted Virgin Slims, or Virginia Slims is what she called it.
So then this one of the protectors sees him and attacks him, even though he's trying to show his badge or whatever. They don't even give him a chance to show his badge that he belongs there.
Actually, it's wait, well, that was the whole thing. You show your badge, don't worry, they're not going to hurt you. And now they're going to hurt you because you showed your badge.
And so it attacks him and it slashes his throat. So that's the close we come to chopping, I guess.
We don't actually see it. That's the thing. We don't actually see him actually do it. The robot actually do it. So yeah.
And I really enjoyed the kind of bad makeup that they had of his slit throat too. I mean, it was good in a bad way. It was just of that era. That was how I've done stuff like that with makeup too, to make it look like somebody's throat is slit. So before, when I've worked on things, so it kind of made me feel a little warm in my soul.
Yep.
Leslie goes out looking for him, and then the best death in the whole movie. She's like, "Is that the?" Yeah. She's running. Is she the one? Yeah, she's the one that she's running, and and like everybody hears her screaming and stuff after she found Mike's dead body. And which if you notice too, when Mike's like laying up against the wall dead, at one point his foot moves. So I'm just saying he wasn't dead. But she anyways, she goes in there, and then the robot has lasers, and it hits her with a laser right in the head, and she just like blows up like a watermelon. You know, it's just like,
and it's just like, where do the lasers come from, and why does it have such great aim? And
later on, I think it's funny too that they have different colored lasers for each protector.
Yeah, it's like they're like customizing each robot.
The others watch her head blow up. I would just be like, that'd be the, and so the like robots coming and chasing them, and they lock themselves in the stock room of the place, which, you know, sounds really smart.
How big is this mall? I'm thinking too, right?
Well, it's at least 3 stories.
Okay, my point though is these robots are not really that fast. And you're telling me you can't run far enough away from them to eventually just find a way out, like I mean, completely across the mall or something like that? I mean, like,
there's only 3 of these things too. It's like,
it's what I'm saying. There's only 3 of them. They're not very fast. I mean, like you could like do a diversion, throw something in the opposite direction, like really, really far away, or shoot something really far away, have them go there, and then boom, book it. Before you know it, you're like off in like the garage area. Boom, there you go. You're done. You know, but not really, because they shut down the elevator. So yeah, maybe that would.
Yeah, I mean, this was shot inside the Sherman Oaks Galleria, which I'm sure the square footage of that place is pretty big. So.
It looked like it looked like a huge mall.
Yeah.
So what else happens?
So,
sorry.
No, I was gonna say they wanted to shoot it at a different mall, and they wouldn't let them. And then, so they were able to shoot at this mall. So they were allowed to shoot as long as they didn't damage any facilities and had removed any traces of their presence before the mall opened at 9 a.m. So they shot it like over several nights.
Right.
But the head of security of the mall didn't like the filmmakers and was constantly accusing them of causing disrepair. But the mall's owner was very supportive of this. They originally wanted to film at a different mall, and they wouldn't let them. They would let them, but it was going to cost them a hell of a lot more money, so they didn't. But like the Sherman Oaks Galleria is the same mall used in like Commando, and there's some other movies too. Like it's in a lot of different movies of the era. Yeah. So, it was also the same mall from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which the girl that plays what's her name? The girl that plays Allison, she was actually in Fast Times. So she shot 2 movies in the same mall. So
it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so then we got this whole thing where the women try to escape through an air vent, you know, like John McClane style, before John McClane, I think. But but Suzee starts having like a panic attack in there, and I guess there's like the air vents start getting really hot because I guess the robots can control everything.
That's not at all what they're able to do. But
so while that's happening, the men go off and they break into a sporting goods store and find some firearms and stuff like that. And but the women, you know, after Suzee has her panic attack, they go into an automotive shop and start getting gasoline and flares and shit like that. Actually, one flare that Allison puts between her breasts. So
why? And so like a secret. And not just
there was a whole bucket of flares. Why did she just take one?
And like hide it. Like what was her plan? Like yeah.
So the robots don't see that you have it.
I guess, but yeah, whatever.
They end up they've got all the men all got all this firearms stuff, and then the group ends up using like this propane tank to seemingly destroy the robot because they like hit it with a gun and it blows up, you know, sort of your like ending of Jaws sort of thing almost. So then they set up the elevator as a booby trap, same way with another propane tank, and then, you know, Allison hits it with a gun, and she's got a good shot because her dad was in the military or some bullshit. Because because as we know, the skills of your parents or any relative automatically just become your skills too.
Well, yeah, because I have an uncle that was a teacher at MIT, and he was a really smart guy, and I'm smart because of that. Oh, wait.
Did he by chance happen to teach Ted Kaczynski?
Yeah, I think so. But retiring, dying before he started school there. The ghost of him.
But, before he didn't go to that school too. But anyways, that's...
yeah, he grabbed the...
Because Ted Kaczynski went to the University of Michigan.
yeah. It's a really interesting... I'm
pretty sure.
He's very smart, that boy.
Yeah. So they rig the elevator, like I said. So they hide inside the restaurant where Allison works. Suzee had died too. I forgot about that.
Which one's
Suzee's the one who had the panic attack.
It's about they just don't even help her. They just allow her to die.
So she gets hit in the leg, and then somehow because her one leg is shot, she forgets that she has other extremities that could help her move.
You're right. And so she's screaming to help her, and they're just watching. They honestly, they could have gotten her because it was 30 seconds of,
I know.
and they're just acting like do anything. And then the robot sets her on fire so she can burn to death in excruciating pain. They're like, oh, there's nothing we can do.
Once she's on fire, she remembers how to move again. So I'm just saying.
Your adrenaline turns on, and it's like.
So they, what happens next? They got so Suzee. Oh yeah, Greg is pissed because Suzee was his girl, and he basically gets pissed off at the other girls about leaving the air ducts, and and using this rage or whatever, and starts pulling his gun on Ferdy for some reason. What the fuck kind of name Ferdy, by the way?
I don't know, but also too, Suzee's the one who she left the air, and they just went to follow her afterwards. Yeah. So it wasn't she's the one who got out.
I'm also not going to talk about the fact that I'm going back to when they got into the air ducts. Somehow when they were in the air ducts, they were in a different order than the order that they went into them.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they rearranged themselves in those small air ducts, but that's just, whatever.
They're very agile. They could do that. That's not the right word. But yeah. So Suzee gets basically set on fire for some reason. Don't know how that even happened. But and then what was the guy's name? The guy is all pissed off now.
Greg.
Yeah, Greg. What happens now with Greg?
Greg gets all pissed off, and he pulls a gun on Ferdy at one point, and then so basically he's pulling his gun on Ferdy, and then he because Ferdy was interceding on Allison and Linda's behalf, basically saying, dude, don't be so pissed at them. And then Rick tries to calm everybody down, and basically Ferdy comes up with this idea that they need to get up to the third floor in hopes of shutting down the robots because there's control center up there. And while this is happening, then Greg gets thrown over a railing as they're going up there. He's like coast is clear, and then all of a sudden a robot's right behind you.
I knew it. As soon as he says the coast is clear, I'm like, oh boy.
Yep. And the robot somehow throws him over the railing, and he falls to his death.
Yeah, that's the other thing. These robots have super strength as well for some reason. I don't know why that was part of the selling point. You could pick up a human being and throw it off of a balcony.
This movie's so absurd. So the four, and it's really funny how everybody dies. Of these four, so far we had Mike die, then his girlfriend dies, then we have Suzee die, and then her boyfriend dies. It's in order. And
then you have the business owners; they die.
Yeah, they die next. Yeah, in order too.
In order, it's just weird.
Before they're left or on the run, and then they find a way to. They realize that that one of the robots that they thought they destroyed earlier was actually not defeated. So they go in this department store, and then they set up mannequins and mirrors behind them to confuse the robots. And the robots are somehow these lasers bounce off of mirrors.
Yeah, what was that all about?
So the lasers can blow up a girl's head, but they can't go through mirrors.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't understand, the physics of that, but
Don't make any sense. And so anyways, as this is happening, their plan works, and with the dummies and them, and then one of the protectors basically blinds itself from the lasers being shot at it. But then Linda's just like kind of standing there and not running with the other people, and she gets killed. And then Rick gets pissed off about it, and he finds a golf cart and he rams it into the thing, and a bolt of electricity kills him, but somehow hurts the robot. This indestructible robot can be hurt by like being bumped by a golf cart.
It magically explodes for no reason afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how the explosion happened, but it did somehow. And so they killed the
So basically what ends up happening is, you got Allison and Ferdy. Protector one, corners Allison. Ferdy rescues her and shoots it, damaging the laser just before he falls unconscious. And, he's like got blood and stuff. So we think Ferdy's dead. And
threw a freaking oxygen tank at him. These things so much strength because he threw one at them, and then the robot just picked it up and chucked it.
Yeah, it's so Allison goes and hides in a pet store, which I will tell you is the name of the pet store was funny. It's Roger's Little Shop of Pets. So Roger Corman wrote and directed the original Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
With Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Not the one that became not the musical one, but the original movie that is in public domain that everybody likes, and not really. But anyways, so I thought that was kind of funny. So she's hiding in the pet store, which is like the weirdest setup pet store I've ever seen in my life, because they literally have these little not aquariums, but like terrariums of snakes and spiders, and they're just precariously like sitting on top of these like those things that like cat like towers that cats claw onto and stuff that aren't really built to be the pedestals of those things in the middle of the store. And then the robot breaks them, and then she's got like spiders and snakes crawling all over as she's hiding behind a bag of dog food.
Yeah. Okay. This was, and like, do they just have like dogs? Like, is that like a normal thing for like mall pet stores to like have them overnight? Like, no one's looking after them. Like,
I guess
just he's kind of like really bad. And like,
it's I think mall like I think buying dogs at a pet store period is just wrong. Because most of the time, I mean, adopting a dog from somewhere, and even if you have to pay for it, is different. Like where it's set up through like a reputable agency, and usually because like a lot of these are run through puppy mills and shit like that, and it's not good at all. It's disgusting the way that they treat the animals. Yeah. But anywho, they don't address that in this movie. That's an obvious allegory for Reagan era capitalism. I think this movie is a anti-capitalist movie. So
really weird way.
Yeah. The But I think it's funny that she's just hiding behind a bag of dog food. It's just like,
yeah, I know. It's like these things, like it's like they can see stuff really far away, but then at the same time, like when it's convenient, they can't see someone hiding behind a bag of dog food. It's like, okay, so they don't have like, infrared vision or whatever. I would say this though, man, I don't know if that was real or if it was like staged, but like that actress, like if a snake and spiders really were crawling on her,
those were real. They looked real to me.
And she was just able to just do that. Like, man, that's like math props.
They were real up until the point where she knocked them off of her, because then I realized they were different types of spiders, and they looked plastic.
And that is
it takes some balls. Yeah.
I would not be able to do that for a movie at all.
I mean, it's like the worst part of like, I mean, I didn't watch much of it, but like Fear Factor, anytime that they had bugs involved in any of those type of things, I was like creeped out. So yeah. So anyways, Allison escapes from the pet store and goes over to this paint shop and gets really smart, and she's like pouring a lot of paint, which is slippery, on the ground, and then also like a bunch of chemicals like paint thinner and shit like that that's flammable. And then she lures the robot into that. It gets stuck, unable to move because of the spilled paint, and then she tosses the flare into the store, igniting the chemicals and destroying the robot. And then, you know, daylight's appearing through the skylight of the mall, and as she's about to leave the store, she realizes that Ferdy's awake and he's got a roll of toilet paper on his head.
Somehow he found it, I guess, and
our two teenagers that didn't have sex survived.
Exactly. See, they're the ones that didn't do it. They almost did, but then they couldn't. So there you go. What a weird movie. I mean, it was good, but it was just very bizarre in a lot of ways. And I really like that it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's short, so. Or that was, like you said, the first version was 19 minutes longer. I could see that really dragging on. And in the violence, again, like, I mean, except for when Suzee got her head blown off, but like the violence other than that was pretty mild by our standards of, you know, watching shit from our age. So maybe back then it was seen as like really violent. But like with the special effects being the way they were, it's hard to take it too seriously. Like the electrocution, for example, the lightning and shit like that. Yeah. So obviously fake. Like when they both killed the custodian dude, and also when they killed what was the guy's name? The business owner, him.
Whatever his name was.
Whatever it was, when he got zapped too. It just looked so unbelievably fake, you know.
So do you want to hear some trivia?
Yeah, sure.
So the first thing I just wanted to share is some kind of creepy trivia. Okay. In a weird way. So Wynorski, the director and writer, says that Kelli Maroney, who is the lead of the movie, was cast because, this is his quote, "I had seen Kelli in a couple of things and I wanted to date her, so I figured the one way to make that happen was to put her in a movie."
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's like literally admitting to nepotism, like right there.
Not even nepotism, that's just creep. That's like trying to get somebody to date you. Nepotism would be like if he hired his sister or friend or something.
Right, yeah, that's right. Because this is like preemptively trying to do nepotism, but like reverse, like here it's
So somebody else was originally cast in the Dana Kimmel was originally cast in the role, but she didn't want to be in the movie because she didn't want to do anything that had anything to do with like sexual things. So
because back this where like nudity is like almost a requirement for like
even though Ellison never like, you know, shows her boobs or anything. So but some of the other characters did some kind of nudity going on. So so this is Wynorski says that Roger Corman took him out to lunch before making the film. He brought a yellow pad. After lunch, he said here's what you got to do. And he gave me a film school in an hour. Everything I learned in film school didn't count, but what he said made a lot of sense. And I still have that yellow pad and I live by it. I now have memorized the many do's and don'ts of filmmaking. Okay. Kelli Maroney did most of her own stunts. It's cool. It was shot in 22 days.
Yeah, that tracks.
I was actually surprised that it took that many days.
I guess so. Because
the output, you know, it just seems like that probably could have been shot in a couple weekends.
I would say so too. Maybe like a week tops. But maybe they wanted to just be bad, you know, as good as it could be or something like that. But that's still a pretty short turnaround for a movie.
So, and this was produced by Julie Corman, who is, I believe, she was, at the time she was married to Roger Corman. She was one of the producers of the film. Steve Mitchell says that they wrote up the story in 24 hours and sent it to Julie Corman. Then they got their approval within a week, despite a lack of a script. And then the script took about 4 or 5 weeks to write.
Okay.
In an October 1985, Concord Pictures issued a press release stating that Major League Baseball pitcher Brett Saberhagen would appear in the film, but he doesn't.
Wow. Why did they even say that?
I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to, and he didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they cut him from the roster, if you will.
He got chopped up.
Yeah, he was throwing the chopper ball and he got cut from the film roster. Get it? Because he's a baseball player. Get it? Roster.
So the body count for the movie was 9. So how many people died?
For like a horror movie, slash. That's not too bad.
On the scale of 1 to 5 scares, what would you give this?
Oh, almost nothing. It was not scary at all.
Instead of stars, how many scares? That's what I'm going with.
I would say, at most, maybe like 1.5 scares out of 5.
Yeah.
But if I was a kid watching this, like 12, 13, probably 3, maybe. Especially if
I give this movie 4.
Okay.
Because I think it's cheesy as fuck and I love it. But
oh, you mean scares as in like, never mind. I took you literally. I thought you meant as in like whether or not it scared me. Okay, never mind. So no, I would now say it's probably like a 3 out of 5. That's what I would call it.
Yeah. I'm just going with 4 because I'm in a good mood. So
yeah, it's a decent movie. I would watch it again. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's got that cool 80s vibe to it. Doesn't really take itself too seriously. I could see myself watching this on my own.
I wonder if this like influenced Stranger Things in that season that they had like stuff in the mall at all.
Yeah, well, because it heavily draws on 80s stuff. Yeah, I could see myself watching this on its own, like not just to review for the podcast. Like, maybe get snacks, maybe like maybe like kind of like midnight-ish, like a late night movie. I can see myself just kind of enjoying it. It's a lot better than some of the other movies I've seen like in this genre. So
it's definitely a lot better than a lot that we've covered.
I'd say about 3 out of 5.
And so, folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you could go to all2real2.com and check out the website and all of our links there to our social media, all the places you can listen to the show and subscribe, places where you can give us like a 5-star review and a little comment or whatever. Just do that if you can, or I'll send some protector robots after you. And yep, I will. No, joking.
No, not really.
Don't be scared. They won't chop you. They'll just shoot you with like weird
lasers.
Colors.
Yeah, multicolored lasers.
Yes. And
why do lasers have color? That's the other thing about it. Like, do lasers even have to have a color at all? Like,
I don't know.
I don't really know much about that. Yeah.
I think it's just because, I'm pretty sure how they did that. You actually have to like draw on the film negative and put color on it sometimes is how they used to do that. So yeah. So folks, just check out our TeePublic, check out our Patreon. Those are good ways to support the show. Tell everybody that you can about the show. Get them to listen to an episode if they like it. Cool. If they don't, we're gonna send some killbots after them. Wait. Yeah. Just remember that trans lives are human lives. No human is illegal. Be different, be yourself. Fuck the oligarchy. Fuck capitalism, as this movie plainly says. That's what I take from it. It's like it's an allegory for the Reagan era, capitalistic society. It's just just like Dawn of the Dead was for the Carter era capitalism. So yeah. So anywho, folks, like I said, fuck the capitalists, oligarchy, pissant people that run our world, man. Down with the man.
Down with the man. And by the way, it does not necessarily mean up with Marxism, Leninism, or anything like that either, because those societies were not too great either.
Just down with men in general and human.
Yeah. Oh god.
Down with the governments, man. No. Anyways, seriously, folks, like I said, free Palestine.
You're just checking off all the woke boxes that are going to get mad about.
Yes. Do all the woke stuff.
Yeah, man. Woke it up, bro.
Woke it up. Every morning. Get up and say I'm woken it. And
also, could I give us some advice really quick too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So, because we're an advice channel, one of our listeners said we give advice, so we try to give good advice now. Guy who's obsessed with Pugly from Aames Family for some. All the characters become obsessed with. That's the one. Anyway,
Pugsley.
Don't Don't do betel nut, okay? Don't do the drug betel nut or betel nut. It's very bad for you. I watched a video about it. It's basically like 600 million people around the world do this. It's like chewing tobacco, but not really. But they do chew it. They put it's not really a nut. It's actually a fruit technically, but it's hard like a nut. And you put some fucking lime shit. Not like lime as in the fruit, but like lime the chemical.
Yeah, let's not help people learn how to do it.
No, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it to tell you not to do it. And so they put it in a leaf. They wrap it around a betel leaf, which it's like does something to kind of like offset the flavor, which is really bad. But bro, this shit apparently like it's like tobacco, but like it gives you like a super buzz of like almost like you're drinking like the best kind of coffee. It sounds really good the way I'm making it sound, but it's very bad for you. You probably never heard of it until I mentioned it. So it's carcinogenic. It can cause cancer. Yeah.
Just to be clear, betel nut does not refer to Paul McCartney's genitals.
No, or not Beetlejuice either. Well, I guess it is Beetlejuice, but not really technically from the beetle. Not the beetle animal or the cancer. And I know that we're talking about nuts and juices. It's also not Lauren Boebert with her date at the Beetlejuice production. But anyway, don't be betel nut or betel nut, however it's pronounced. Even if 600 million people in the world do it, which is a lot of people, that's like double the size of the United States of America. So imagine 2 United States of Americas, every single person in those 2 United States are chewing betel nut. Don't do it.
According to the president, there's only 40 million people left in America because 300 last year of drugs.
Exactly. There's only the reason why is because they chew too much betel nut. See, so
so just so we're clear, drugs are bad. Okay. Anyways, so
well, some drugs are okay.
Yeah, I mean, within reason. Anyway, so so folks, just remember all that, and just remember that I love you. I like pepperoni.
I love pepperoni. It's good shit.
Me too.
Man.
It's my favorite topping on pizza.
Anyway, turkey pepperoni is amazing.
Yes. I just had some of that the other day. Anywho, and Sesame loves you. And until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.